Welcome. Today Ukraine prepares for more Russian attacks against energy and other key infrastructure as Western officials pledge to boost support. Ukraine is prepared for more Russian attacks against energy and other critical infrastructure on Monday in what appears to be a weekly pattern, and warned of possible evacuations from the capital. Estonia's foreign minister joined counterparts from 6 Baltic and Nordic nations, in the largest delegation to visit Ukraine since Russia launched its full-scale war, to pledge electric generators, warm clothes and food. The goal is to help Ukrainians cope with their coldest months of need and keep their resolve high. Russia is weaponizing civilian energy security, and it is truly shameful, Estonian Foreign Minister Urmas Reinsalu said in Kiev. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned late Sunday that Russian troops are preparing new strikes, and as long as they have missiles, they won't stop. He met Monday with senior government officials to discuss what actions to take. The upcoming week can be as hard as the one that passed, he predicted. Russia has been carrying out massive missile bombardments on Ukraine's energy infrastructure roughly weekly since early October, with each barrage having a greater effect than the last as damage accumulates and a frigid winter sets in. Kiev says the attacks, which Russia acknowledges target Ukrainian infrastructure, are intended to harm civilians, making them a war crime. Moscow denies its intent is to hurt civilians but said last week their suffering would not end unless Ukraine yielded to Russia's demands, without spelling them out. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg insisted Russian President Vladimir Putin was intent on using frost, snow and ice to his advantage, not just on the battleground but against Ukrainian civilians. President Putin is now trying to use the winter as a weapon of war against Ukraine, and this is horrific and we need to be prepared for more attacks, he said on the eve of a 2-day meeting of NATO foreign ministers in Bucharest, Romania. That's the reason why NATO's allies have stepped up their support to Ukraine. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said some of the city's 3 million people might have to be evacuated to where essential services would be less prone to shutdowns caused by missile attacks. For weeks, Russia has been pounding energy facilities around Kiev and other Ukrainian cities with missile raids, usually on Mondays at the work week's beginning, resulting in outages of power and water supplies. With temperatures hovering around freezing and expected to dip as low as -11°C, 12°F, in little more than a week, international help was increasingly focused on items like generators and transformers to make sure blackouts that affect everything from kitchens to operating rooms are as limited and short as possible. The power situation was so dire that Ukraine's energy trader, in normal times an exporter, tested importing electricity from neighboring Romania. Russian President Vladimir Putin continues trying to make Ukraine a black hole, no light, no electricity, no heating to put the Ukrainians into the darkness and the cold, said European